All right, let's jump right in by confronting the giant elephant in the room for our field. Traditional systematic reviews? Yeah, they take 18 months or even longer to wrap up. Now, don't get me wrong, they are rigorously thorough and incredibly valuable. But just think about the sheer duration of that timeline for a second. A year and a half from the moment a critical question is asked to the moment we actually publish actionable data.
But let's be real. What happens when decisions absolutely cannot wait? Imagine a new pandemic variant drops, and policymakers are demanding your guidance this month. Or a massive hospital system goes into full-blown crisis mode and needs updated clinical protocols by next week. In these high-stakes, time-sensitive situations, looking a client or a clinical director in the eye and telling them to wait 18 months could cost millions, or much worse, it could cost lives. Because here's the absolute golden rule in our line of work. Evidence that arrives after decisions are already made is practically useless. Sure, speed without quality is super dangerous because it produces unreliable guidance. But a flawless, mathematically bulletproof research paper that lands on a desk 6 months too late, that's just a really expensive academic paperweight.
And that brings us to the core of today's explainer. I'm going to coach you through exactly how we can drastically compress these research timelines using rapid evidence assessments supercharged by AI. Think of this as your masterclass in calibrating your professional judgment, learning how to deliver highly credible evidence way faster by streamlining deliberately, all without sacrificing an ounce of scientific rigor.
Here's our game plan for today. 1. The need for speed. 2. Traditional versus rapid reviews. 3. The blueprint for shortcuts. 4. Accelerating research with AI. 5. Real-world rapid reviews. And finally, 6. Transparency and limitations.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the need for speed, when time is the ultimate constraint. As senior consultants, we are constantly staring down these urgent, high-stakes client scenarios. We're talking emerging disease outbreaks, hospitals scrambling for urgent protocol updates, or sudden, massive policy shifts. These stakeholders desperately need an evidence summary in a matter of weeks, not months. That sheer urgency is the defining factor that makes a rapid assessment completely necessary. Moving right along to Section 2, traditional versus rapid reviews in understanding the trade-offs we have to make. Now here is where the rubber meets the road. Rapid reviews are all about a strategic, calculated trade-off. We are trading absolute comprehensiveness for speed. Instead of boiling the ocean trying to scrape 15 different databases, we launch a high-yield, targeted strike on Medline or the Cochrane Library. Instead of paying 2 human screeners to agonize over every single paper, we deploy a single screener assisted by AI, and we extract only the vital data needed for that immediate decision. A great mental model for this is rapid prototyping. Guys, we aren't trying to build a bulletproof academic monument designed to sit in a library for a decade. We are building a reliable, actionable tool for a fire drill that is happening right now. It is highly defensible, and it works, but we intentionally leave out the exhaustive fluff so decision makers can actually use it today. Which brings us to Section 3, the blueprint for shortcuts. Exactly what to cut and what we must fiercely protect. Consider this your strategic playbook. Step 1, and this is absolutely crucial, severely narrow your scope. Don't go asking broad questions like what works. Ask what works in this specific hospital wing for this specific demographic. Just doing that instantly slashes your paper volume. From there, it's about strategic searching, AI streamlined screening, surgical extraction, and doing a fast narrative synthesis, rather than getting bogged down in heavy statistical pooling. But listen closely, because this is the golden rule of our blueprint. You have got to fiercely protect core validity. Things like your explicit inclusion criteria and your quality assessments, completely non-negotiable. If you start taking shortcuts there, especially when you're leaning on AI, which, let's be honest, is notorious for hallucinating fake citations or just flat-out fabricating statistics, your review isn't fast, it is a massive liability. Abbreviate the exhaustiveness for sure, but never, ever skip the quality check. Let's dig into that technology a bit more in Section 4, accelerating research with AI, the true engine of the rapid review. AI is basically our ultimate triage system. But to do this safely, you need a quick mental checklist to evaluate task risk versus AI capability. Think about it like this. Low risk, high capability tasks, that's your obvious inclusions and exclusions. If the AI is over 80% confident, boom, include it. Under 20%, toss it without a second thought. But those high-risk, nuanced tasks, that tricky 20 to 80% borderline zone, that strictly 100% requires human judgment. The main takeaway I want you to stress to your teams is that AI doesn't replace human verification, okay? It refocuses it. AI takes on the tedious, repetitive, heavy lifting so you can focus all of your brain power exactly where it counts, defining the scope, sniffing out those sneaky AI hallucinations we warned about, and interpreting what the evidence actually means for the client's immediate problem.
Let's see this in action with Section 5, Real-World Rapid Reviews, Proving the Impact.
Check out these real-world case studies to see how this actually plays out. Imagine a clinical committee desperately needing to know if a specific sepsis protocol reduces mortality. By deploying a rapid review, searching just 3 high-yield databases, and using AI screening, they carved 85 initial papers down to just 20, delivering life-saving guidelines in exactly 4 weeks. Or think about a government reacting to a pandemic. By using these exact shortcuts, they issued critical therapeutic guidelines in just 2 weeks. The absolute beauty of this framework is how the timeline directly scales to the scope of the emergency. 2 weeks to turn around pandemic therapeutics, 4 weeks for a hospital protocol, 6 weeks for a broader scoping review. The methodology flexes to guarantee that the research lands on the desk while the window for decision-making is actually still open. And the scale we can achieve now, it's just staggering. In one wild case, a climate research team utilized AI to scan through 10,000 papers. 10,000! Hunting for specific methodology details. The AI pinpointed the 340 relevant studies in a matter of hours. I mean, manually doing that is a soul-crushing task that would have easily cost a grad student an entire semester of their life.
Bringing it home with Section 6, Transparency and Limitations, the true foundation of trust. Listen, if you take literally nothing else away from this explainer today, please remember this. Do not hide your shortcuts. Transparent reporting is exactly what builds your credibility as a consultant. If you only had time to search one language, or if you relied heavily on AI screening for Medline, just say it right up front. Being completely honest about what you abbreviated prevents clients from dangerously misusing your rapid review as some flawless, exhaustive study. You should always provide a clear, upfront disclaimer. Put something like, hey, this rapid review is appropriate for immediate decisions, but a full, comprehensive, systematic review might uncover additional nuance. You have got to help your users completely understand the boundaries, the certainty levels, and the intended use of the data. Honesty is what makes taking these rapid shortcuts safe.
So I am going to leave you all with a bit of a challenge. Think about a burning, incredibly complex question sitting on your desk right now. How could you define it narrowly? Apply our AI triage checklist and knock out a rapid evidence assessment tomorrow to get actionable answers before the clock runs out. Because when the stakes are high, speed and scientific rigor really don't have to be enemies. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I will catch you next time.